All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with John. Looks like we have a little bit of a weird delay thing with the cameras again. Stressing my computer this morning, and that's what happens to it. So anyway, good morning. Good to see you all here. A little bit for Clem today. It's been a weird week, hasn't it? It's been like one of these things where all the shows I had planned for this week, pardon me, were actually for last week. So I took the week off with my dad's passing. And came back and I'm like, okay, let me get restarted, right? And so we try to get restarted, and Shiro has his incident on a couple days ago, and we're like, well, God, now the week, it's like I don't even know where I am. Like I'm really kind of, so today's show, I don't know what's going to happen today. I have some things I want to say though. So I'm going to put something in chat, and I hope that Jeff or Chris can do this for me. I'm going to type this in. Which is the link to the Midmoyo PayPal. Would somebody please pin that link to the top of the chat for me? I can't do it from my streaming software, but if you can pin that link for us, that'd be great. And I want to talk a little bit about where Shiro is right now. And so, yeah, Jay, wing it. I'm going to totally wing it today. Here we go. I wing it every day. Believe it or not, I wing it every day. Here we go. I want to give you kind of the update here on where Shiro is. So, we talked to Crystal yesterday over I texted with her all day yesterday. He had this aortic aneurysm, which is not a good thing. It's obviously an aneurysm, is a tear in one of the arteries. It just basically pops. It's one of those things that when it happens, you got like minutes to figure this out. It's not like it's a simple, oh, you had a heart attack and we're gonna go fix it. No, that's why they choppered him out. He spent 6+ hours. 8 hours in surgery, 6 hours on bypass. Okay. Bypass ain't good. I can tell you that. And his brain, she said his brain was cool. I actually should probably read you the text that she wrote me so y'all know exactly what she said. Again, I'm going to try and be as respectful as I can, but I want you to know kind of what's going on, right? I should have this ready. I'm so sorry. Let me find, here it is. She says, and I quote, he made it out of surgery. It took 8+ hours with some pretty severe damage, but the surgeon is pretty confident he got it all repaired. He was on bypass for over 6 hours, and his brain was cooled for over an hour. I haven't gotten to see him yet. We won't know the success until he's alert, but they seem to think it went well. Thank you to everyone for the prayers. I'm sure it helped him get through last night. They don't know if it will be hours or days before he wakes up, but I will stay in touch. So that was the update yesterday. She sent me a video, which I posted on the channel last night with her personal thanks to everybody. He opened his eyes a little bit, it sounded like, but we're not sure if he was cognizant or anything or actually conscious. Today, I haven't heard from her. I don't know what's going on today, but I will tell you this. Knowing what I know now, after reading that, I wanted to talk to you about this. And we talked Monday, the other day, about it, just how bad the heart thing is, right? And like how, I said, you guys all got to stop smoking and everything else. The link is there. Jeff put the link to, I put it in there as well for his PayPal page, right? We got 1,000 subscribers on this channel, 1,300 subscribers. I'm going to post this part of the video. I'm going to chop this up, put up on ProCraps too. We have 4,500 people on ProCraps. If everybody can just throw $10 at PayPal, right? Think about this. I'm going to show you something because I've had the surgery that he had. Okay, he had open heart surgery. What that means is, I'm going to gross you out, but they literally slice your sternum in half and they crack your ribs open and they take your heart out of your chest and they put it over here on a table and they're working on it over here, and you're being bypassed. The bypass is they hook up hoses and shit to your body, so your blood's pumping through a machine, not through your heart, while they work on it. They put it all back together again. They wrap your sternum in titanium, sew you all back up, and off you go, right? Let me tell you what this guy's facing, okay? And we'll talk to him at some point when he's out, but I'm gonna tell him, because I've lived this, I know what's gonna happen, okay? They're gonna give him one of these. This is a heart, you'll see mine says Providence Everett Hospital. Ian Olson will recognize the hospital. It's up in Everett, Washington. This hospital is actually right by the casino we're having our event at. They give you a heart pillow. It's got straps on it. Why? Because you put your arms to the straps and you hold the heart like this, right? This is going to be Shiro for the next, you probably can't hear me now. He's going to hold it like this. It's against your chest, but he's going to hold that heart pillow against his chest like that for the next 3 months, every day, all day. That's going to be his life. He's going to have to hold his hands against that. They give you the pillow to remind you, not to move your arms. He's gonna be a T-Rex. You're not allowed to move your elbows out from your body, forward, backwards, or sideways. If you do any of that motion, it'll re-crack your sternum. He's gonna be pinned in here, right? This is it. This is gonna be his motion. He's gonna only be able to move his forearms. That's it for the next 12 weeks. That makes you can't open the door. You can't wipe your ass. You can't wash your hair. Why do you think I'm bald? Right? I had hair and I went down to a level 1 or level 2 shave when I had the heart attack because I couldn't wash my hair. You can't move your hands. You're in the shower and all you can do is kind of this. It's a bitch, man. This recovery is going to be hard. There will be no working. There will be barely moving around. Crystal's going to have to do literally everything for him. So you think about that. For 12 weeks, his life is going to be literally in here. And just like him, when I had my surgery, I had smoked up until the day I died, right? Just like Shiro did. When you stop smoking, your body's going to want to cough, right? And when you got that sternum happen and you're trying to cough, right? There's abject fear coming, and the stress on that sternum when you're coughing after smoking is going to be a lot of pressure on him. He's got a long road ahead of him, guys. Please get into the PayPal, whatever you can. You don't got to drop $1,000 on him, right? If everybody puts a little bit, right, and we can keep the family going, it'll help. You trust me. Little things like having food delivered every once in a while, like those kind of things. My wife, when I went through this, that was the stuff that did it. You know what I mean? Because I would stress her out. I would be like, I wasn't a very good patient. Shiro, I'm sure, won't be a very good patient. No men are, right? I was stressing her out, and she was like barely able to take care of me because I was such an asshole during some of those times. And then food would show up, or somebody would stop by with lasagna, or what, you know what I mean? Like those kind of things just matter. Do what you can, please. Jeff got the link in there pinned. Just do it. Just help, whatever you can do to help him out. And not just today and then forget about them, like a little bit here, a little bit there as we roll on. I'm going to be on kind of a weekly plan with them, like a donation kind of thing, because I know what they're facing. And I know that Shiro's going to be, oh my God, he's going to be so scared. When you come out of that thing and they give you the pillow and you're like, what, I can't, what? And he's going to be so scared. And it's just, you can't tough that out. It is what it is. So I don't want to, again, turn it about me. I just know that I've lived it. I know what he's got, what he's going to be looking at. So that I wanted to share that with you because this is not an easy one. And he's a good friend of all of ours. And he's a great guy. He's a dad. He's an awesome dad. His daughter's on his channel all the time. The guy's awesome. So let's do what we can to help him out, please. Okay. So that's all I want to say about that. It's what a rough situation for that family. I my heart bleeds for them. So again, prayers, hands together for prayers for Shiro and his family. Okay, let's move on. Talk about some fun stuff. I didn't get any fun talk yesterday. We'll talk about craps. Dolly Latterson, I went and played last night. I screwed up a little bit. After the whole day went through, I went to the garage at about 10 o'clock last night, turned the camera on, and I went and ran a daily paycheck. The problem is I hit the wrong button. When I did that, because it wasn't scheduled, my software by default makes it private. So I did this whole live stream, and it was live, but I set it to private so nobody could watch. So it's there. There's a day 13 out there right now that you can watch. It's from last night at about 10 o'clock. It's just one. You'll see. I got the clock on there. You can tell I'm not cheating. We won $100. I think I won $170 or something like that. It was an easy one. Just a normal night, like a normal regular craps day. Picked a couple numbers off, got a couple sevens in a row, and it ends up being like it should be. So we got another win. We're 11-2 now. We're at a little over 2K in profit. I'm still torn on this whole thing. This strategy, like most dark strategies, is a resilient son of a gun. The day we lost $1,000, again, I think we're underfunded. I think playing with the big odds, when I get out there with 150, 180 in odds, with a $1,000 bankroll, you're way underfunded. We lost the grand that day. I think if we had 5,000 that day, we would have been fine. We would have had enough money to kind of come battling back, but we didn't. We didn't have the money. So that it is what it is, right? We'll take the loss, like we're gonna take the loss. But I'm torn for that reason on the odds, because I think the odds are the way to play this thing. I think I don't have enough money to do it. I think 12, 1,300 bucks when you have $100 in odds out there. It's just, there's not enough dough in the rack to survive. And this is a survivor strategy. It's why it worked when we did the flats. The odds, I feel like it's too wavy with the odds. So I'm not sure what I want to do today. I may go back to flats. I just don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. So we'll maybe in chat. I know a lot of you guys don't like the strategy at all. I don't really care. We're going to give it its 20 days, like I said I was. But I'm torn. I'm torn on the bet levels right now because I want to make sure that it's got a chance to win, right? We need higher bets, but I don't think we have enough. I think I need way bigger. Yeah, I need a way bigger bankroll. I'm not regressing, right? I need 5K to do this, even with $25 base bets, because at some point you're going to be up there at 25 bucks and at least 150, potentially 300 bucks in odds. You can't do that with a $1,000 bankroll. And I found that out the other day. It just got to be too quick. Last night it worked for me, but yeah. Anyway, we'll probably go flats today. Is my thinking. I might go. We'll probably go flats. We'll see. It'll be a game time decision when I get out there. So, all right, what else is happening in our world? Friday night fights. Craig, as you know, 6-time champion. He's supposed to play Corey. Corey's on a boat, gambling. He's on a cruise. Don't know if we're going to have internet connection. I don't know if Corey can play or not. So, I've sent him a text to see what's going to be happening. So if he can do it, great. If not, we'll do an exhibition or something like that. We'll figure that out. I am going to do a Monday morning quarterback, probably tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow's Friday Follies. I don't know. I'm a whole day off because of yesterday not doing a show. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like yet. I'm still trying to figure the week out. We'll see. Tomorrow might be a Monday morning quarterback. I fear if I do it tomorrow, then I'm in Craig's ear before the match, and that would be unfair to, coach or whatever. If I'm any kind of help at all, that would be, it feels wrong. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a good idea for a show. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe we'll break down one of the bets tomorrow. So we'll see. What else is happening? Genisms. My dad passed, right? My dad had the same thing. My dad had the aortic aneurysm. He had the abdominal aneurysm. And I was going to share with you all week long different genisms. And I've given you a couple, right? I've given you separate the fly shit from the pepper. And I've given you, what was the other one we did yesterday or the day before? I forget now. What was the other one? I forget now. Anyway, number 3 is this one here. He's telling me you're a full tank of gas, right? And he was telling me this, not my other brothers and sisters, because you might not know this about me. I'm a little bit high energy. And on my shows, I'm pretty calm for the most part. I go off every once in a while, but I got this super short fuse, really short fuse. I tend to swear a little bit, which I know is not great, but more than anything else, I tend to lock out. When I was younger, especially, my dad loved to debate. He taught me how to debate. We'd sit at the kitchen table and whatever the topic was, politics or sports or you pick it, whatever came up at the dinner table, my dad would take the opposite side of that and beat the ever-loving daylights out of me. He would destroy me. And he'd want me to defend my position, right? And later in life, when I was in high school, he would actually flip it and say, you take the opposite side. You sell me on Hillary Care, that kind of shit, right? And he loved to just make me challenge from all the different, that's why I'm so analytical today. It's because of him, right? Anyway, he would tell me, I'm a full tank of gas. He's like, you're just a full tank of gas. And he's like, in every situation, all these arguments that we have, right? You got to decide how you're going to burn the fuel. Right? He's like, are you just going to go and flame out and have nothing left for later? Or are you going to burn it slow? Are you going to use your energy here and make things happen? Or are you going to just flame out? Sometimes flaming out is what you got to do. He says, sometimes you got to bite his exact words. Sometimes you got to bite somebody's fucking head off is what he would tell me. And sometimes you got to just let it happen. Sometimes you let them burn themselves out and you got fuel in the end. Right. So that was another life lesson from my dad there. I got a million of them. I can share with you, but this week is going to be just probably my favorite 4. And that's genism number 3. Burn your gas tank. Burn your gas tank at the speed at which the situation demands. Okay. This is at the attitude control. And obviously it works in life, right? In a debate, an argument at your job, whatever. But it also works at the table, doesn't it? Right? You got a full tank of gas, you got a full rack of chips. Like, think about your time there in those terms, right? And it matters. It matters the way that you approach your play, your pressing, your collecting, your walking. You know, are you flaming out quick? Are you one hitting out, Waylon? Or are you gonna also be Waylon and stay there forever with all your money and just let the money work, right? I think it's an interesting way to think about life. So thanks, Dad, for that one. And it's still a hard week for us. You know, my family, we're still trying to figure it out. You know, it's just so weird that he's not there. He was so, like I said, the aneurysm, boom, Dad's there on a Friday. He's not there on a Saturday. It was just it's what happened. So everybody give somebody you love a hug. More advice from old Johnny. All right, here we are. We are going to remind you of the meetup out here in Seattle. It's going to be a fun one. Ian Olson in chat. Everybody say hi, Ian. Ian is working hard, man. He's talking. He's got the casinos. We're trying to lock down the exact times for our private tables. We're going to have to get a count pretty soon. I'm going to this weekend. I am taking down the fundraising site that was there for Craps for the Cure. We're going to make it all about this so we can get a sign-up sheet going because I need to get a head count for the restaurant. We're going to be eating at the steakhouse at Snoqualmie Casino. I want to get a head count and a time. So the casino's got to give me a time. I got to give them a head count. We want to know who's coming. So Saturday, of course, we'll be at Tulalip, our other favorite casino. That's where me and Ian always play. You'll love this table up there. We'll get a time for that as well. Ian's working on room rates for that one. So we'll let you know about that. We'll be having, after that day, we'll have probably a daytime private table there because it'll be Saturday. We've got to give them their night shift to themselves. But after that, we're going to go to McMenamins, I think. We're just going to sit around by the fire. They have all these outside fire pits. It's a cool place. We'll just sit and drink and swap lies. It'll be a fun, it'll be the highlight of the trip. Will be the day at McMenamins. And then, of course, Sunday, the game. So we got to get a head count. So in Discord, we have a channel for this. If you're going to go, just I'm in. Let us know who's coming for sure. I'm going to get a sign-up sheet, Ian, so that we know. This logo is going to be on T-shirts. He's going to print some T-shirts out, and we'll have those as part of the thing. So there's that. More like actual times coming soon. Actual prices for rooms coming soon. But those are the dates. Get them locked in. If you want to come hang out, we're going to be at my house too. I didn't put it up here. We'll be at my house. You can get to play in the garage with me. We'll do a daily paycheck together. It's going to be hella fun. So hopefully we'll see you there. And of course, as you know, we have the Craps for the Cure coming up, which is going to be Las Vegas, November 11th and 12th. Here's the charity, by the way. It's Veterans Moving Forward. This was introduced to me by Adam, New York Strip in chat. Adam, they raise dogs, train dogs for veterans. So they're small. It's a small, little, tiny charity. Like it's like a family that raises dogs. Like it's like this is not the American Cancer Society. This is like every dollar we raise is going to go right to a dog, right to a vet, probably more than one. So this is going to be huge. I know that I'm pushing you hard right now to give some money to Chiro's family. Let's keep doing that. Let's also put some aside for this. We're collecting auction items here pretty soon for this as well. So I know that Gargoyle had said he might donate one of his felts, which is awesome. I've got things to donate. I know, like Dr. Dan's working on some cool ideas for donations. So let's keep our minds open for that. Flights are expensive. I'm warning you now. That's the week before the F1 race. So flights are expensive. If you're going to go, get your tickets quick. We'll work on rooms here again pretty soon. And there's that. So I think that's all we got for the coming out stuff. Now let's do this. I don't know what to talk about here. This was planned for yesterday. I'm not really ready for this, but the Craps Wars. We were talking the other day. We did like the ladder sin comparisons, and I did the ladder versus the ladder sin, which is like ladder up, ladder down versus just laddering up. Okay. The day after that, we talked a little bit about the different ways to play the ladder sin, which was like the flats, the do we don't, the lay the point, odds only, all the different kind of versions of it. Today in Craps Wars, yesterday I was going to talk about this right side plays, and there are many ways to play the right side. And let's take a look at some of the more popular ways. And I'm going to run WinCraps, a little simulation here that will pit some of these strategies against one another, just to give you a sense, not so much of which one's going to win more, but the rhythm of them, okay? So some of the right side plays that we've got, let's just kind of run through them here. We got, come on, here we go. Your minimum bet across, okay? 64 across, just drop 64 bucks out of your rack, go across and start playing. Okay, that way, maybe it requires less bankroll. Maybe you need 640 bucks, 650 to come in and play that way. This is the classic. Let's try it 10 times and see what happens. Maybe somebody goes off, okay? If you're gonna play that way, you gotta have a plan to play that way. And that means you're gonna go 64 across, you're gonna do nothing but half presses, or you're gonna go full press collect, whatever your plan's gonna be, you gotta have a plan. Because there's no regression built into that thing. You're putting it out there and you're just gonna let it go, right? You can do the skill thing, the inside up and down, right? The 66 inside, press to 88, come down to 44 or come down to 64, right? Where you're taking 2 hits and doing kind of a spread thing with it. Again, you need money to do that, a little more money to make it happen. And you're taking a little bit of no risk or a little bit more risk because there's no money coming back for maybe 2, 3, 4 rolls, right? The squeeze play works the same way, right? You're inside, you take a hit, you spread out, you take a second hit, and now you're laying down across, but that could take 4 or 5 rolls to get it done. Your risk is longer, right? But then you're gonna be playing for free afterwards, right? The 64 across player has just always got 64 bucks at risk until he collects $64. Everybody else is taking no money back for maybe 3 or 4 rolls, but then they're out there playing for nothing. At the end of the day, you're probably in the same spot. The Loggerman or the 130 across, same idea. You're getting all the numbers, a little more risk, but it's 1, 2 hits and you're back to base. 2 hits and you can regress down. You're playing, relatively safely. These ways of playing the right side, the middle 3 there, and there's more coming here. Those middle 3, the Philly Special, branches you off into Hammertown. Right? The Philly Special and minimum across are not regression strategies. They're go for it strategies. Different mindset there. And I think finally we have the tier pressure one, which is a combination of both. It is a high layout, right? It is aggressive for a few rolls and then you regress. And then it's aggressive and then you regress. And then it's aggressive and then you regress. That's why it's called, you're tiering up your levels, where you've got built-in collection points, where the minimum across player does not. They're just collecting on the regular. All these ways to play the right side are good. We talked last week, right, about strategies, right? Remember I said to you, strategy. There's no such thing as a strategy. It's all bullshit, right? At the end of the day, every one of these things, right, on a PSO, you're getting your ass kicked. If you don't get 2 or 3 hits, you're gonna get your ass kicked. They're all the same. Right? It's a matter of how you want to play the game, right? I didn't put the snowflake out here. I ran out of space skill, but it's the same idea. To me, the snowflake and the squeeze player or the snowflake and the Loggerman are very similar, right? Without a don't. These, and again, I wanted to talk more skill about pure right side play too, right? There's no hedge, there's no don't here. This is just pure. I'm bringing my money. I'm going to try and win on a hot shooter. Period. Game, set, match. We're not going to hedge. We're not playing careful. These are ways to kind of just go and make money. Now, the 66, the inside play, the squeeze play, and the Loggerman, those 3 are safety plays, but there's no don't protection. They are not snowflake plays. Those are more don't. Those are more protected by a couple hits and down. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to give you a kind of a lens on just, again, we talk about this all the time, what these things mean and where your money's at risk and when your money's at risk. Okay, I don't care which way you play. They're all garbage, right? I love y'all, but all these things are garbage. At the end of the day, you're gonna get the PSOs that wipe you out. At the end of the day, you're gonna get half press, nothing. Half press, nothing. You're gonna be grinding and bleeding. That's the way craps works. It's just the way the game works. I'm sorry, it's the craps is a bleed, and but when you get a good roll. How do these things work on a good roll? That's what I want. How do these things work on a good roll? So why don't we give me a minute here? I'm gonna open up. If my computer will play along, I'm gonna open up WinCraps, and I've got a few of these things set up for us to play in WinCraps. We can look at. We don't need to see all of them. We can just see some of them, and how they work side by side. Let me open this up here. Give me a second to get my screens going, and then we will, let's see, let's do this over here. I think I can slide this over here. There's my Windows computer. Great thing about having a Mac is I can have Windows running inside of my Mac, and I could just pop it open like this and run it like it's a window. Isn't that cool? Give it a second here to come in, WinCraps, and we're gonna go ahead and take all those don't strategies down. All the Ladderson guys, we're gonna remove them and say it's get you out of here. Let's get removed, cash out. Yes. We're gonna run the same strategy we ran the other day. I'm gonna remove, cash that guy out. Yes. Sorry, it's a little slow. Remove, cash him out. Yes, we're gonna abandon our money. Boy, Ladderson with odds lost $24,000 in that last run. Holy crap. Okay, yes. And we're gonna take these guys here, and I think I can do status boxes, arrange across the top. And there's the squeeze play, the skill 66, 64 across, and 130 across. Those are the 4 we're gonna run. I'm not gonna run tier pressure or the Philly special. I don't think I have them in here. I can try. We can see. I'm gonna put one here. Let's just try it. I don't know if I have him in here or not. I'll say Philly special for $10,000. Wouldn't it be nice to just buy him for 10 grand whenever you want to. Let's do another player here. I'll do tier pressure for $10,000. Okay, let me open up the auto bet screen. I don't know if I have auto bet scripts on this computer for the Philly special. If I don't, I'll just not play. I'll have him just not play. Let's open up. If I have him in here, I'll do it. Let's see here. Philly. Oh, I do. Philly special. Home run. There we go. We're gonna do him at 130 across. Is he? He's at. Wow. He's gonna be a little bigger. We're gonna do him. I don't know if I can do this. CS bet. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have to leave it here. He's gonna make more money because he's got way more risk. He's gonna be at the 160 level. Sorry, it'll be skewed, the results. I don't have time to fix the script in front of you. Let's see if I have a tier pressure script in here. Do I have tier pressure? Philly special, Ladderson. I do. Tier pressure home run. Okay, tier pressure is also gonna be playing for, how much is his bets? He's gonna be at, looks like 130. He's playing at 130. So this is tier pressure at 130 across. The Philly special is the one that's weird. I've got his, let's turn his bets on. Uh-oh. Come on. The Mac is then just locked. You son of a bear. Come on. Come back to me. Come back to me. I crashed it. There it goes. He's activated. Yes. Philly special. We're going to activate his scripts. Yes. Now, again, the Philly special guy, I've got all the money is hard coded in here, so I can't really bring him down to the right levels. But let's play it out. Let's put all these guys. Okay. Let's put them all up against my rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and do game new. I do not want to save my game. No. Okay. I think I also have to do this. We're going to go ahead and take Philly special. One more change to make here. I'm going to make his win goal not 10%. I'm going to make his win goal 500%. Basically what that means is that they're never going to stop playing. Tier pressure and Philly special, I think, are never going to stop playing. Is that how I did these guys too? I want to make sure I'm doing the same thing for all the guys. Yeah, no, never going to stop. I want them to like not have a paycheck. We're going to have them just roll forever and see what happens. So 500% win goal there. We'll do a I should have said that. I told you it was going to be one of those days, right? 500% there. Did I do both of them that way? I did. Okay, let's do it. Let's play them out. Let's do action, dice roll files, and we'll pick my rolls. First things first, John's practice rolls. Open. John's DI rolls. Where are they? DI practice rolls. This is my 5,000 rolls. We're going to play this out, and let's see how we do. I got to turn this off to make it fast. I'm sorry. I'm so out of sorts here. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, nobody's Stop. I didn't turn the other guys on. What a dumbass. Options, activate all players. Let's try it again. Let's do game, new. What? I'm so sorry. Yes, we'll save it. Yes, we'll save it. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. One more time. Thanks for bearing with me. Here we go. Squeeze play. Let's watch. We're going to watch. I'm going to kind of move through these things to see the jaggedness of the line, right? 64 across, skill 66, squeeze play. A little bit of hump right there. Must have been a good roll. The 130, way more jagged. The tier pressure, way more jagged. The Philly special, way more. So look at how jagged these lines are, right? That's going to tell you the way that these strategies play out. So when we talk about, you know, volatility in your rack, I look at stuff like this. I go, this guy here is going, he's all over the place, right? The tier pressure, right? The same shape. Look at that. The same shape, right? The same downward trend, but way smaller jumps, right? The 130 across player who's just half pressing, basically, same shape, way less volatility. The 66 guy, half pressing, same shape, low volatility. And the 66 guy, again, same shape, low volatility. The squeeze play player is in the same spot. How do they do in the end? Look at this. Everybody lost money. They all lost, right? Squeeze play lost $1,000. Skill 66 lost $944. 64 across half press lost $1,000. 130 lost $2,200. The tier pressure lost $2,600. And Philly special lost $3,000. Right side play is hard, man. It is hard. Okay. Let's switch strategies. Let's go to a new one. Let's go game, new. I'm going to go to new game. Not going to save it. We're going to say, okay, we're going to go to game. Whoop. Yeah. Let's do action, dice roll file. Let's pick a different one. Let's pick a file. We're going to open up. Let's open up. Oh, this is Ken. This is Ken. Remember when Ken from Kendo's Gambling got destroyed on that one strategy? It's like 160 rolls. Let's just play this one. Let's just play out Ken's nightmare roll from that one show he did. We'll play that one. Let's just do that real quick. How did these things do against Ken that night? Let's see. Did anybody make any money? Oh, look, they all made money because that was a good right side play. The Philly special lost. Everybody else won. 130 across won the most. Squeeze play won the second most. Skill 66 won the third most. That's interesting. That's not bad for one set of rolls, right? $700 for one set of rolls. Not too bad. No, let's get a new one. Let's do game, action, dice roll files. Let's do some casino files. Let's go open. Let's open up the, let's do this one here. I think it's from Fitzgerald's. Let's do that one. Let's play that one from the beginning. All right, we'll do, we'll close that down. Game, new, no. Okay. Here we go. I had to close that dice roll file thing down. Close that. Let's play it out. And against casino rolls. Oh, look at that big jump right there. Somebody must have had a hot roll in the middle of that thing. How did we do here? Wow, look at that. 64 across player lost money, right? Must have been a bunch of PSOs early that they didn't recover from, right? The 130 across player, right? The way I played that strategy, it's an up and down on the inside. He recovered a little bit. Looks like made some cash. That guy's winning the most money so far. Tier pressure did okay. Philly special, look at that, man. He got pounded on, right? Home run or bust, that guy got destroyed. In the 66 and the squeeze play, those safety plays, ground away a little tiny win, which is what you'd expect, right? That's exactly what you expect. When you're needing 2 inside hits to get going, the PSO is going to get you. They're not getting 2 hits is going to get you. They're going to grind most of the time, right? The 64 across guy clearly never got out of the gate. That's why he lost money. He never gets out of the gate. These guys got out of the gate a couple times. That's the difference between the squeeze play, the 66, and the 64. The 130 gets out of the gate and then goes a little bit harder because he's got more bets out there. And of course, tier pressure does what tier pressure does. That thing just wins for the most part. So there it is. There's quick little look. I think the interesting thing is the graph shape. Let's do one last run and I'll just talk through it here. I'm going to go game new. We're not saving the game. We're going to continue inactive. which means we're just going to roll random. Let's roll random for a minute. Let's go random Randy rolling. We're going to let Windcraft's RNG run the show. And as it runs, I'm going to kind of do this. We're going to run through the different shape. Look at that, tier pressure all over the place. Philly special all over the place. 64 across, relatively flat. 66, relatively flat. Squeeze play, relatively flat. 130 across is out of money, right? The tier pressure still working, right? Very, very jagged. Philly special. Look at the difference. This though, I want to show you something. We're gonna stop it right here. Stop. That's about. Well, we'll go to 10,000. Let it get 10,000 rolls. Then we'll stop. Almost there. Almost there. Come on and stop. There we go. Let's take a look at the differences, right? Overall, everybody lost their ass, right? Minus 9,000, minus 7,000, minus 6,000, minus 10,000, minus 18,000, minus 24th. Everybody gets destroyed. Right side craps is broken, as Greg would say, right? But let's take a look at the potential. David always talks about opportunity, okay? The squeeze play here, for whatever reason in this run, only ever made 500 bucks at the best it ever did. The skill 66, the best it ever did was make 500 bucks, right? It lost all the way down to 500 bucks one time at one point, right? The 64 across, same thing, makes about 900 bucks at its top end, right? Went all the way down to 300 bucks at one point. The 130 across loses everything. The best it ever did was 500 bucks. The tier pressure, right? It did lose all its money at one point, but it also at one point made $4,000, right? So the potential opportunities there with a thing like that. The Philly special at one point had made $19,000 in profit. Now it did lose everything because it's an aggressive strategy, but look at that. The potential to make 19K versus making 500, right? This is the allure of right side play, folks. This is why people get sucked in to playing super aggressive pressy stuff, because on a great run, you're going to make great money. But most of the time, you're going to go to zero. That's the other potential. It's a big swing and a big miss. Whereas on the 66 or on the 64 across, lower potential, right? Lower potential, 900 bucks, whatever that is, right? They did have a couple of, there must have been a really horrible run because everybody goes to almost zero, but there's a Windcrafts review for you. Let me come back to here 1 second. There we go. We back? We back. All right. Hope that was something. I'm not sure if that was educational or not, but it's always fun to do Windcrafts. I always think it's fun to kind of burn them out there. And look at the delay on my screen. Can you believe that? That's because of my computer memory. Anyway, it's going to be kind of like that. Some help. Anyway, that's, I think, very interesting. So I'm going to go through questions real quick and see if you have anything to say, and then we'll call the show, and I'll get out there and play for you a little bit. What questions do we have? Yeah, Skill says there are better ways to take a vacation. I got a note from Slam over at AZ's Discord. He says, tell Shiro, you're my brother, and if you ever pull this shit again, I will pluck every one of your back hairs out one by one. Like I love our community. We are funners, as they say. Let's see, what else do we have here? Brutal averages will not allow. Yeah, and this is true, right? And I think what the graph there shows is that, right? You can't play right side, pure right side long term, right? And I think Skill's talking about the one hit and regress or the snowflakey way where you have a don't pass built into it. Those prolong the inevitable, but the inevitable is going to happen, right? Those, you can't escape that stuff. Now, Windcrafts, of course, the RNG sometimes gets you into a valley like that where everybody loses 10 grand, you know, whatever. Darksider, of course, smart player can read what's happening, right? You can't just, and I do this mechanically every day. I go out to the garage, whatever rolls it takes. I don't think, I just roll. Mechanical play will get you. Windcrafts is an example of mechanical play. Just never turning your bets off, doing the thing forever. There's no reads in that, right? We could code the Windcrafts thing to say, look, if you see 2 7s within 4 rolls, bets off until you see no 7s. You can do all the machinations you want to hide from the 7, to play the trend, whatever it is. You can code it up easily. what you'll see in the end is that it'll prolong it. You'll still get down to zero. It'll just take 40,000 rolls instead of 10,000 rolls. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, dodging things helps in short windows, but doesn't help long-term. Long-term, when you see 20, 30, 40,000 rolls, you're going to get burned by your exposure rate no matter what. If you're a right side player, 1 every 6 rolls you're exposed to are going to get you over time, whether you take zero rolls off with every dice or you take 100 rolls off between the dice rolls, you're still exposed. 1 out of 6 is going to get you. It's just the way that it works. But there it is. Yeah, right. And again, you're right, Dan. But again, that was not, the guy made the $19,000 earlier. Like he made the $19,000 by roll 2000. And then we just burned the whole bankroll at the end there. So I just think it's interesting. You end up in red. All those strategies end up in red for sure. And yeah, most times, yeah, right. And I have to code Windcrafts up to do a better job of picking spots, right? And again, we don't do it in the garage. I want to run mechanical. Here I run mechanical on Windcrafts. I think you got to see that. I think people got to see it. At some point, we may transition into looking at what does it mean to pick a spot? You know, and mathematically, does it matter? I saw that JB was out there in chat. Does it matter? Mathematically, does it matter to try and pick your spots? It's like the 5 count, right? You're going to wait 5 rolls before you bet. That's ludicrous. Seeing 2 7s quickly or having a shooter beat me twice and not betting on that shooter again feels good for that 15 minutes that it worked. But over the course of 1,000 shooters, does that actually matter? Right? How many of those 1,000 shooters beat you twice, but then would have won money for you on the very next roll? You got to run both sides of that math or both sides of that evaluation, I think, to see what really is the real mathematical result of that, I guess. Right? So there's that. I am cutting out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. My computer fan is going. This thing is on its last legs. I gotta go to the casino, win some money so I can buy a new machine. All right, let me get out of here. I will see you all in the garage. Let's go ahead and say we'll do our final thoughts here. If you can hear me, it's great. If not, I'll see you in the garage in 10. Final thoughts are this: be careful on the right side. You got to get in and get out. If you're out, you can go. If you're not out, you cannot just go out there and put the foot on the gas. You see what happens there. So that's my advice. Remember Gene's advice too, right? Burn the fuel in your tank wisely. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you out there for a daily paycheck in about 10 minutes. Love y'all. God bless you. Prayers for our friend Shiro. See you soon.